Ayan. So, General Physics 2 will be all about, ano nga ulit sinabi ko? Will be all about electricity. Ayan. And how electricity will work around us. So, in this lesson, we will be studying electric charges, no? How these charges push and pull each other. Then we will also discuss all about electric potential, which is the energy that makes electricity move. Ayan. And we will talk about the different um, materials, no? In electric circuit, ayan, called dielectrics, which helps, no, the movement of electricity. Ayan. So understanding all of these ideas will help us, no, use electricity safely and better. Ayan. So to start with our first lesson, it will be all about electric charge, Coulomb's law, and electric field. So electric charge, this can be defined as the fundamental property of subatomic particles that gives rise to the phenomenon of experiencing force in the presence of electric and magnetic field. These fields exert influence on charged particles, resulting in unobservable effects, and the SI unit of charge is coulomb or big letter C. So sabi nga natin, no, kanina, that matter or anything is composed of the basic unit, which is atom. Now, inside atom, there are three subatomic particles or mas maliliit pa na particle, which are proton, electron, and neutron. Now, these particles, no, contains electric charges. Okay? These electric charges makes them pull or push each other when they are near an electric or magnetic field. Now, this pushes and pulls, no, cause to cause for things to happen like what we see or feel. So, best example niyan is ito. When you rub a balloon on your hair, the balloon gets electrically charged, no, that make the hair stand up or stick, no, to the balloon. And again, this phenomena is explained because of electric charges. Okay? Ayan. Now, again, the SI unit for electric charge is called coulomb or big letter C. Yeah. So, what are the different types of electric charges? Types of electric charge. The positive charge is associated with protons and represented by a positive sign, while the negative charge, on the other hand, no, negative charges are linked to electrons denoted by the negative symbol. So, ayun nga, negative charge can be found, no? A positive charge can be found at the center of our nucleus or our atom, ayan, together with the neutron, and it has a positive sign, while the negative charge, no, are linked to electrons, which is outside the nucleus in atom, and it is denoted by the symbol minus sign or negative sign. Ayan. Now, there are different types of material based on the different charges. So, a material is said to be electrically neutral, no, if there are equal number of protons to the number of electrons. So, neutral lang isang bagay, ibig sabihin, ito ay wala siyang charge or stable charge niya, no? Kasi equal ang number of protons. So, in this case, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, no, na protons and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 electrons. Okay? That's why it is electrically neutral. Now, a material that is negatively charged, no? It is negatively charged when there are more electrons than protons. So, we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 electrons sa 2, 5 protons. So, dahil mas marami si electrons, it is negatively charged. Positively charged material naman, these are materials that has more protons compared to electrons. So, as we can see, merong 5 protons, then 3 lang yung electrons. Now, knowing the difference between the positive and negative charges, help us understand how electricity behave. Ayan. And this gives us to the basic property of electricity. So, number 1, basic property of electricity is that charge, electric charge is a scalar quantity. So, ano ibig sabihin nito? So, pag sinabi natin scalar, meron siyang magnitude, wala siyang direction. So, this means that electric charge has a size or amount, pero walang direction. So, example, meron kang, let's say for example, you have 2 charges. One positive 3, na charge, and yung isang charge or particle is negatively 2. Negative 2 coulomb or negative 2 charge. So, what would be its net charge? So, this can happen, if you add 2 charges, just like, adding numbers. So, positive 3 plus negative 2, the answer would be positive 1. Okay? So, ang charges ay merong amount. So, the answer would be positive 1. Now, the signs, yung plus and minus, hindi yun ini-indicate na meron silang direction or kung saan papunta si particle, kung pa-left ba siya o pa-right. Okay? Ini-indicate lang na ang quantity or ang amount of charge is either positive or negative. Okay? It's either ito ay proton or electron. So, it is a scalar quantity. Meron siyang size or amount pero wala siyang direction. Next basic property of electric charge is that charge cannot be destroyed nor created. So, charge is transferable. They transfer from one body to another or the principle of conservation of charge. So, sinasabi dito na charge cannot be destroyed nor created. It can only be transferred or move from one thing to another or also known as, sabi nga dito, the principle of conservation of charge. So, paano example neto? So, kagaya ng pinakita natin kanina, when you drop a balloon, ayan, balik natin yung image. When you rub a balloon in your hair, ayan, through friction, di ba? When you rub the balloon in your hair, the electrons move, from your hair, going to the balloon. Okay? So, sabi natin, yung mga charges is cannot be destroyed nor created. Now, nung na-charge natin yung ating buhok, yung mga electrons or yung charges na nasa buhok natin will move from our hair papunta kay balloon. Now, the total amount of the charge, stays the same. Kung ilan lang yung electrically charged particles na napunta sa buhok natin, yun lang din ang lilipat, yun lang din ang bilang, nalilipat, sa balloon. Okay? Hindi siya madadagdagan o hindi siya mababawasan. Okay? So, yun yung sinasabi ng principles of conservation of charge. It will not be destroyed nor created. It can only be transferred from one material to another. Okay? Next and the last basic property of electric charge is that like charges repel each other and unlike charges attract each other. So, paano natin ito mapapakita? Ayan. So, this is the basic property of electric charge. So, pag pareho daw, ng charges, if it's same positive, ayan, or same negative, they will repel. Ibig sabihin, maglalayo sila. Ayan, hindi sila magko-combine. Hindi sila mag-stick together. Kasi they have both same charge. And later on, malalaman natin yan when it comes to magnetic field or electric field rather. But when they have opposite charges, no, if it's positive and negative, they will attract each other or they will stick together. Okay? Ayan. So, example niyan, eto, ayan. You can try it on your own. So, example, no, rub tayo ng balloon. So, parehong ano, yung una, yung balloon, no, hindi pa sila na-charge, hindi pa natin sila nira-rub, no, they will effortlessly stick together. Kasi nga, they have neutral charges. But once the two balloons are both rubbed, no, and charged negatively, they will push, no, away each other. So, hindi sila magdidikit kasi pareho silang electrically charged. Okay? So, the balloon with positive charge, kung yung isa, chinarge mo lang, tapos yung isa, hindi, the balloon with positive charge will stick to the electrically charged balloon or negatively charged balloon. Kung yung isa lang yung chinarge mo. Pero kung pareho mo silang chinarge, no, pareho mo silang nirub sa buhok, they will not stick together and they will repel each other. So, para siyang magiging yung lato-lato na laruan, no, nagba-bounce back. Ganon. Ayan. Now, what are the different types of materials according to the flow of charge or base sa klase ng flow of electricity? Number one, we have what we call conductor. Hindi ako nakapag-picture kanina. Tatlo pa kayo dun, ngayon isa ka na lang. So anyway, at least pumasok ako. So, number one, we have conductor. Conductors are materials that allows electricity to flow through them. So, this property of conductors that allow them to conduct electricity is known as conductivity. The force required to make that current flow through a conductor is called voltage. Now, examples of conductors are metal, humans, and the earth are all conductors. So, yung conductors po, no, these are materials that let electricity flow easily through them. So, dinadaluyan sila ng kuryente, no, ng napakadali or easily. Now, this ability to allow electricity to pass through a material or to allow electricity to pass through them is called conductivity. Ayan. Now, the force, no, that makes electricity to move through a conductor is called the voltage. So, yung dahilan para dumaloy, no, ang kuryente sa isang conductor ay because of voltage. Ayan. So, the best example of conductors are people, metals, of course, and the earth itself is a big conductor, actually. Ayan. So, side trivia lang. What do you think is the best metal conductor? So, the best metal conductor would be silver. Best conductor si silver, pero wala naman tayo nakikitang silver, no, na wire. Diba? Bakit? So, the commonly used metal conductor is yung mga copper, diba? So, bakit? Because si copper, no, compared kay silver, no, it is very cheap. Mura ang tanso kaysa sa silver, di ba? Mostly ang mga silver ginagamit natin sa mga jewelries. No, pero yung conductor, no, since they are cheap, no, and ganun din naman, may good conductivity din siya, no? Mas okay siyang gamitin sa mga wires, di ba? At ano pa, hindi siya masyadong o hindi siya mabilis kalawangin, no? They don't rust easily. Kumpara si silver, it tarnishes, kukupas. So, mapapansin niyo kung nagdusot kayo ng mga silverwares, no? Yung mga silver na jewelries, no? Minsan nangingitim, ganyan. So, even though silver is very efficient, no? As conductors, no? Pero hindi siya yung wise kasi ito ay medyo mahal, pricey. Okay? At yun nga, nagta-tarnish. Okay? So, next type of material according to flow of charge is yung tinatawag nating insulators. Insulators are materials that hinder the free flow of electrons from one particle of the element to another. So from the word itself, no, hinder, pinipigil. So insulators, these are materials that stops or slows down electricity from flowing through a material. So best example ng mga insulator ay plastic, wood, and glass. Now, the best insulators are of course rubbers. Kaya nga most of our wires are covered with rubber, no? Para ma-protect tayo from getting electrocuted or makuryente. Ayan. Next types, meron tayong tinatawag na semiconductors and semi-superconductors, no? Ano yung tinatawag nating semiconductors? Semiconductors, these are intermediate, kasi nga semi lang, no? Intermediate in their properties between good conductors and good insulators. So, nasa pagitan siya ng pagiging good conductor and good insulator. So, example ng mga semiconductors are silicon and germanium. Ito. Ayan. So, si silicon, saan ba natin ito madalas ginagamit? Si silicon is the most abundant element on the earth, no? After oxygen kasi it can be found in sand. So, silicon can be found in sand po, no? And it is a good semiconductor and it is cheap, no? So, pag ito ay na process, it will look like this, which is used in most of our devices. So, lahat ng mga electrical devices natin, marami po yang silicon. Bakit? Kasi sabi nga natin, it is a semiconductor, no? Pwede siyang maging good conductor or in between, no? In between ng good conductor and good insulator. So, kung gagamitin natin siya sa mga device, no? It will allow, no, the device to flow current, pero at the same time, hindi naman siya mag-iinit, no? Mag-iinit ng todo-todo para ito ay sumabog. Okay? Kaya silicon is the best, no, material for mga ginagamit natin sa devices. Okay? Maraming silicon yan. Then germanium, no, is, ayan, sabi nga dito, it is much less abundant or mas konti siya kaysa kay silicon at ito ay mas mahal, no, kumpara kay silicon. Ayan. Next, we have superconductors. So, ano naman pag superconductors? Superconductors, these are material that offer no resistance to electrical current when cooled to a certain temperature. So, superconductors, these are materials, no? Sabi dito, walang resistance, no? It will not stop, no, or slow down the flow of electricity, but only, sabi nga dito, but only if it is cooled, no, in a very, very low temperature. No? Pag pinalamig siya ng sobra, doon lang siya nagiging superconductor. No? This means, at this point, no, electricity can move, no, through them perfectly without losing the energy. So, best example ng superconductor are aluminum, niobium, and magnesium diboride. So, si aluminum, as we know, no, these are used, no, sa mga sa mga wares natin. Ayan, sa mga gagamitan natin sa kusina. Ayan, aluminum foil, no. So, kung bakit sila superconductor ay good superconductor, no? Baka sila ginagamit sa mga kitchenwares kasi nga mas mabilis silang mag-init, no? So mas madaling makakaluto. Now si niobium, ito, ayan, it is a type of metal na nagiging superconductor once na pinainit siya ng sobrang-sobra. Ayan. Then ito naman si magnesium diboride, no? Ginagawa tong cover sa mga bagay-bagay, no? Para magkaroon ng madaling mag-init, no? Ang mga bagay. Ayan. So those are the types of materials. We have conductor, insulator, and semiconductor at superconductor. Next, what are the different types or methods of charging? So paano ba natin magagawang electrically charge ang mga bagay? Number 1, we have charging by friction or triboelectric charging. Charging by friction is when two objects are rubbed against each other, a transfer of charge occurs. So, when you rub two objects, no? Ayan, example natin. So, when you rub two objects together, no? Ayan, like a balloon in your hair, no? The electrons move from your hair to the balloon. So, this makes the balloon, ayan, kunyari yung lobo, no, kiniskis natin sa buhok natin, ayan, so yung negative charge, no, lilipat sa lobo, this makes the balloon negatively charged and your hair positively charged. Now, the balloon can stick to materials, no, kasi yung negative charge na nasa balloon can attract the positive charges on a particular material. Kaya minsan, na dumidikit sila sa mga bagay-bagay. Okay, so that is charging by friction or triboelectric charging. Next, we have charging by conduction. So, charging by conduction, it is charging neutral objects through contact. So, what is important here, no, is that you have a contact, no? So, a charged object, when a charged object touches a neutral or uncharged, no, object, the charge moves to the neutral one, giving it a charge 2. So, yung, ayan, example, a metal rod, no? A metal rod which is negatively charged kasi meron siyang mga electrons, no? It touches a neutral ball. Dati wala siyang charge. Itong bola na to, metal sphere. Tapos, nung dinikit natin si metal rod na electrically charged, no, yung mga electrons will somehow, no, transfer to the metal ball, making the metal ball or metal sphere negatively charged ngayon. Okay? So, ang tawag dyan, charging by conduction. So, pag dinidikit mo yung sarili mo, no, and you are transferring a charge to a neutral object, that is charging by conduction. Okay? Next type of charging method, we have charging by induction. So, charging by induction is the process of charging uncharged object by merely bringing it close to a charged object without physical contact. So, charging by induction naman, no, you can charge the object without, no, touching it. So, magiging electrically charged siya nang hindi mo dinidikitan. You just charge the object, no, close to a neutral one, and it will cause the charges inside to move. Now, making the neutral object charged. Okay? So, best example niyan is, ito, balik tayo kay balloon. If you bring a charged balloon, no, near a neutral metal. So, yung balloon, no, chinarge natin by rubbing it on our hair, no, kinuskus mo sa buhok mo. So, magiging electrically charged siya. Tapos, nilapit mo sa isang neutral object, which is, example, can, lata, no? So, without touching it, no, it charged, the charge inside the can, no, move. So, yung negative charge, makukuha niya yung positive charge. And sabi nga natin, di ba, positive and negative charges attract. So, what will happen, no, lilipat sa isang side ng lata yung positive charge. Lalapit siya doon sa negative charge na nasa lobo. That's why no? As we can see here, pag nilapit natin yung lobo sa lata, it may move. Okay? Gagalaw siya. Ayan. So, you are charging the can or the neutral object nang hindi mo dinidikit. Okay? Ayan. So, that is charging by induction. So, again, we have charging by friction, kinikis-kis mo yung bagay. Charging by conduction with contact. Charging by induction, nasa-charge mo without contact. Okay? Next, Coulomb's law. So, what is Coulomb's law? So, according to Coulomb's law, the magnitude of the electrostatic force between two-point charges is directly proportional to the product of their magnitudes and inversely proportional to the square of the distance separating them. Ang sinasabi dito sa Coulomb's law na yung force between two electric charges, either positive or negative, no, it will get stronger when the charges or the particles are bigger. So the bigger the charge, the stronger the force between them. Now the force will get weaker if they are farther apart. So mas malayo ang charge sa isa't isa. Ayan. Mas malayo ang charge sa isa't isa. Ito, ayan. Mas malayo ang charge sa isa't isa, the weaker the force will be. And in fact, no, kung sobrang layo ng charges sa isa't isa, the force will be 4 times weaker. Again, sabi dito sa Coulomb's law, no, the force between electric charges, so pag negative, both negative, ang forces nila is palayo, palabas. Pag both positive, ang force nila is palabas as well. Pero pag positive and negative, ang force nila is towards each other. So sabi, the forces between these charges, no, will get stronger if the charges are bigger. So kung mas malaki yung mga charges natin, no, the bigger the force will be. Now, it will get weaker naman, no, the force will get weaker if they are far apart. Okay? So, kung malayo na ang parehong negative or parehong positive, no, hindi na natin mararamdaman yung force of repulsion, no? Hindi na sila magtutulakan kasi magkalayo na sila. So, ganun din pag positive and negative. Kung magkalapit sila, mararamdaman natin yung force of attraction, which is yung pagdidikit nila. Pero pag magkalayo na sila, no, hindi na natin mararamdamang sila ay naglalapit or nagpipilit na maglapit. No? Kasi malayo na ang distansya nila sa isa't isa. So, the force becomes weaker. Okay? Now, Coulomb's law can be, Coulomb's law can be expressed using the formula F is equals to K multiplied by Q1, Q2 over R2. So, F is the electrostatic force. Ayan. K is the Coulomb. Ay, ano ba yun? K is Coulomb's constant, rather. Ayan. Which is, pag sinabi natin constant, ibig sabihin hindi ito nagbabago. Which is equivalent to 9.0 times 10 raised to the 9th Newton meter squared over Coulomb squared or per Coulomb squared. Now, Q1 is the point charge 1 or yung particle 1, charge 1. Q2 is point charge 2 or particle 2. Now, R is the distance between the two charges. Okay? Now, let's try to solve a simple problem of Coulomb's law. So, example, ayan. Example problem. Example, we have, oh my God. Hindi ko naman na-record. Nakakainis. Example, we have two charges, one positive Coulomb and another positive Coulomb. Now, these two charges are 2 meters apart. Find the force between them. So, sabi natin, meron tayong dalawang charges, isang positive and another positive, na parehong may 1 coulomb na charge. Now, since they are both positive, the force would be palabas, diba? Palayo sa isa't isa. Kasi nga sila ay both positive. They will repel each other. Now, the distance between them is 2 meter. Let us find the force between them. Kung gaano na lang kalakas in that distance. So, using our formula, F is equals to K Q1 o Q2 divided by R2. Ayan. Let us substitute. F is equals to 9.0 times 10 to the 9th Newton meter squared over Coulomb squared. Ayan. Multiplied by yung Q1, substitute natin. Substitute natin si Q1. Ayan. 1 coulomb multiplied by 1 coulomb divided by 2 meters. Then, i-squared natin. Ayan. So, kunin muna natin yung sagot dito. Ayan. F is equals to 9.0 times 10 to the 9th Newton meter squared over Coulomb squared multiplied by 1 times 1 is 1, ay mali ako. Dapat wala itong slash. 1 Coulomb squared. Okay? Divided by 2 squared is 4. Then M will be squared as well. So, magiging 4 meters squared. Now, given na meron tayong like units, it will be cancelled out. So, meter squared and coulomb squared will be cancelled out. Matitira is yung ating Newton. Ngayon, what would be the answer sa 1 divided by 4? So, 1 divided by 4 is 0.25. So, last, 9.0 times 10 to the 9th Newton times 0.25. The answer would be 2.25 times 10 to the 9th power Newton. So, this would be the force of our charges. Okay? Ito yung magiging force nila sa isa't isa at the distance of 2 meters. Okay? Ayan. So, next and the last topic would be all about electric field. So, ano naman si electric field? Electric field is a region in which an electric charge experiences a force. So, an electric field is the area around an electric charge where this charge can push or pull other charges. It's like an invisible force field that affects anything with electric charge nearby. Now, the positively charged particle has an electric field line. Electric field line ang tawag dito, yung direction ng kanilang electric field. Ayan. So, electric field line shows the direction of the electric field. Pag positive charge, ang kanyang electric field line is going outward, palabas. Okay? Palabas. While pag negatively charged, ang kanyang electric field line is going towards the negative charge, paloob. Okay? Ayan. Again, pag positive, palabas. Ang electric field line, pag negative, paloob. Ayan. Now, what will happen to the electric field if there are objects, there are charged particle na magkaiba? So, isang positive at isang negative. So, sabi nga natin, opposite charges attracts. So, technically, ang tendency, pag naglapit itong dalawa, ito ay magdidikit. So, kung titignan natin ang kanilang electric field, sabi nga natin, pag positive, palabas. Ayan. And pag negative, paloob. Now, the area between them, as we can see, it's moving from positive towards the negative. So, it is the positive charge that is getting attracted to the negative charge. Okay? Now, yung mga area, yung mga electric field na malayo, no? Sa kanila, so ito malayo to kay negative charge. Ito malayo kay positive charge. So makikita natin, no, hindi siya moving towards the center. Okay? So hindi siya masyadong naapektuhan. So the denser the lines or mas marami yung lines or kung saan mas concentrated yung electric field, no, it means na dito mas malakas yung electric field strength. Okay? Ayan, dito mas malakas yung electric field kung saan mas marami yung mga electric field lines. Ayan, in this case, nasa gitna. Okay? Kasi yung nakikita natin dito sa labas, ayan, yung mga nasa labas nila, no, ay kokonti, no? Kung hindi siya concentrated. Ayan. Now, paano naman kung ang mga charges ay pareho? Pareho ng itsura. Ayan, paano kung parehong positive or parehong negative? So, as we can see, no, still, ang kanilang electric field line, in this case, since ito ay positive, ito ay palabas. Kung negative naman to, ito ay papaloob. But, no, in the middle, dahil sila nga ay parehong positive and negative, makikita nating merong space. Okay? Meron siyang space. Kasi, di ba, pag positive, parehong positive or parehong negative, they are repelling each other. No, hindi sila magdidikit, magde-deflect sila. No, kaya pag pinilit nating pagdikitin ang dalawang magnet, 'di ba? Na parehong poles or parehong side, parehong north, parehong south, 'di ba pararamdaman natin parang may humaharang sa gitna. So yun yung electric field, no? Yung electric field nila. Ayan. So, makikita natin, umiiwas yung electric field nila sa isa't isa. That's why, no, ang mga pareho ang sign na magnet, no, ay hindi nagdidikit. Okay? So, yung denser line naman nito ay nasa somewhere dito sa labas. Okay? Kasi wala ngang lines sa gitna. So, dito naman malakas ang electric field strength nasa labas. Kasi sa gitna, wala. So, wala tong field strength. Okay? Ayan. So, that is the reason, no, bakit ang mga charges, again, or mga magnets na pareho ang charge, no, ay hindi nagdidikit. Okay? Or side pala, ay hindi nagdidikit. Now, electric field can be mathematically expressed, no, as a vector field, no, can be associated with each point in space. The force per unit charge exerted on a positive test charge at rest at that point. So, technically, no, electric field can be expressed using the formula E is equals to F, which is force, over Q, or E equals F divided by Q. E is the electric field, F is the force, and Q is the charge. So, subukan nating mag-solve, no, ng problem na using electric field. So, example problem, no? Example, we have a charge of 2 coulombs. Ibig sabihin, we have a particle with 2 coulombs. Now, it feels a force of 10 newtons. Okay? Yung positive, yung charge na yon, meron siyang 2 coulombs, no, na electric charge. Positive. At meron siyang force na 10 newtons. So, what would be the strength, no, of its electric field? So, magiging gaano kalakas ang kanyang electric field, no, because of the given charges and force. So, using our formula, E is equals to F over Q. Substituting the given, so our F is 10 Newton divided by our Q, which is a charge, no? We have 2 coulombs. So, 10 divided by 2, the electric field strength would be 5 newtons per coulomb. Okay, so that's how you solve electric field. Okay, any questions? Kailin, may question ka ba? Ay, Kailin na naman siya, oo. Do you have question, Kyle? Wala po. Okay. So, kung wala, again,